Hello.
Assalamualaikum.
Wait, shit.
Hello, 你好，我叫西主娜蒂卡。
Hello, 你好，我叫Anisha Nabiha.
Hello, 你好，我叫你English Sophia. For this video, we
would like to talk about the English in China. We will usually start by our lecturer, Madam Normala, to explain about what we have written in our report through this video.
So I'm going to explain China's country. First, China, officially known as People's Republic of China. So in short, we just call it China. Capital in China is Beijing, and the other large city in China is, we call it Shanghai and Guangzhou. Okay, so for your information, yuan is China's currency. So this is example of China's flag.
For economist background of China, from its founding in 1949 until late 1978, People's Republic of China was a Soviet-style, centrally planned economy. Following Mao's death in 1976 and the consequent end of the Cultural Revolution, Deng Xiaoping and the new Chinese leadership began to reform the economy and move toward a more market orientation, mixed economy under one-party rule. Modern-day China is characterized as having a market economy based on private property ownership and is one of the leading examples of state capitalism. In 2018, private enterprise in China accounted for 60% of GDP and 80% of urban employment and 90% of new jobs. China ranked first place in the production of steel, aluminium, and 30% of automobile manufacturing. China has also become the world's largest market for industrial robots in 2013. Between 2010 and 2015, China installed 90,000 industrial robots, or one-third of the world total. In 2017, China bought 36% of all the new industrial robots in the world. China plans is to also domestically design and manufacture 100,000 industrial robots by 2020. Tourism is a major contributor to the economy. In 2017, this sector contributed about CNY 8.77 trillion, which is US dollar 1.35 trillion, and 11.04% of the GDP, and contributed direct and indirect employment of up to 28.25 million people. There were 139.48 million inbound trips and 5 million domestic trips. China is now first place in the number of skyscraper, which is the building taller than 200 meters, and counting for about 50% of world total. In 4 years, 2015 through 2018, China built 310 skyscrapers, while the corresponding number for the US was 33.
Do you know what is inflation? Okay, inflation is defined as persistent and substantial increase in the aggregate or average price level of goods and services in an economy. It is situation when too much money chasing a few goods or services. So when inflation is high, the value of money will be lower. As for China's inflation during the previous 3 years, we have decided to choose 2018, 2017 and 2016. Chinese inflation rate for 2016 was 2.00%, and then it decreased to 1.59% in 2017, but finally increased to 2.07% in 2018.
So now I'm going to explain about the causes of inflation in China 2018. The cause of inflation in China's economy was expansionary monetary policies and raising wages. The inflation in China was caused by cost-push inflation. Firms are forced to raise prices in order to cover the cost. Other than that, swine flu also contributes to the inflation in China on 2018. As for cost-push inflation, if the economy demands higher wages, the higher cost of labor will shift the SRAS curve to the left from SRAS1 to SRAS2. The price level rises from P1 to P2. Higher wages increases consumption and therefore increases aggregate demand from AD0 to AD1. The increased spending and possible expansionary policies move the economy towards the equilibrium at YFE, but at a higher price level. We have a new round of cost-push inflation. China's inflation hit 6-month high. Heavy rain, swine flu fuel higher food prices as consumer price index accelerate to 2.3% in August. China's consumer inflation rose to a 6-month high last month due to higher food prices brought on by bad weather and an outbreak of swine flu. Food prices were the main driver of the increase, rising 1.7% from a year earlier and much faster than the 0.5% gain a month earlier. Vegetable prices rose 4.3% as supplies were disrupted by the effect of the heavy rains in Liaoning and Jilin province and severe flooding in Shandong province. Rising oil prices continued to put upwards pressure on the index in August. Petrol prices rose 19.8% from a year earlier, while diesel fuel prices jumped 22%. Chinese core inflation, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, increased 2% in August, 0.1 percentage points higher than July, government data showed. China has reported outbreaks of African swine fever in 8 provinces since August, leading to the culling of tens of thousands of infected animals that has disrupted the supply of pork, the staple meat of Chinese dinner table. While pork prices rose sharply in August, they were still 4.9% lower than a year ago, the Statistics Bureau said. Chinese inflation is rising too fast, but it had another major side effect. The Chinese company economy is fast overheating. All that extra liquidity is driving up prices and wages while property value have soared. In October last year, the official figures showed China's cost of living climbing 4.4% year on year, which was the fastest increase in more than 2 years. Mark Faber said he reckons the real Chinese inflation rate is nearer 10% a year. Inflation is a rise in the general level of prices of goods and services in an economy over a period of time. When the general price level rises, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. Consequently, inflation also reflects an erosion in the purchasing power of money and loss of real value in the internal medium of exchange and unit of account in the economy. A chief measure of price inflation is the inflation rate, the annualized percentage change in the general price index, normally the consumer price index, over time.
The steps taken by the government of China to reduce inflation is China blame rising food prices and rising oil prices. However, I will also blame the Chinese government for allowing demand to rise too quickly. However, the problem is that China is taking a very short-term view and are risking the future economic stability of the economy. China needs to moderate its inflationary growth through tighter monetary policy and an appreciation in the exchange rate, but I will argue, why stay in a fixed exchange rate? The government also need to take steps to reduce a regional and sectoral imbalance in the economy. If they could reduce food inflation through improving agriculture technique, that would help. There is also a case for trying to combine very small farms so that they can benefit from economy of scale and boost productivity. However, this kind of supply-side policies will take a long time and have an effect. This matter is because just how tight or loose monetary policy is, and as it turns out, make all the difference to China's chance of rebalancing its economy without crashing it. So, what makes China unlike the other Western economies is that the government, not the market, determine the interest rate, or in other words, the cost of money on both deposit and loans. By setting them both artificially low, the government shift wealth from saver to borrower. As for China's helpless saver, the closed capital account leave them unable to invest in much else. So, despite losing rates, they keep stashing their cash in banks. This unfair distribution is why the money supply can surge without juicing consumer inflation.
In conclusion, inflation is one of the obstacles on the way of development. In China, it has taken the major part of the population. It needs to be controlled by strategic planning. Whenever money is in excess, there is bidding by the consumer due to which the cost of goods escalates.